Welcome all. In this video, we are going to discuss the programming fundamentals of Java. Means, what are the components or what are the accessories we need to develop a program in Java. The fundamental ideas of programming, that is also we are going to learn. So at first, before writing program, we have to clear about the concept of variable, value and data types, which already all of us have seen in our previous videos which we learned in C++. As I told you before, C++ is very much mandatory to know before learning Java, because C++ clears about all these fundamentals, that is variable, value, data types, memory locations, all these. So let's start discussing from variables. Variables are nothing but reserved memory locations to store values. So here it is saying the variables are what? Now variables are a container who can hold values in a program. So during writing a program, we need many or more than one variables to hold our values. And when we declare a variable in C++ or in Java, they used some memory location, means they occupy memory in computer. This means that we can create a variable, we reserve some space in the memory. It means when we declare some variable in computer programming like C and C++, they occupy some memory. They preserve or they reserve some space in the memory. Fine. Now next, based on data type of a variable, the operating system allocates memory and decide what can be stored in the reserved memory. Based on the data type, it means according to the data type, it is decided like how much of memory which data type will occupy. It depends, like integer will occupy how much of, character will occupy how much of, so it varies from language to language. So but it is sure that every variable when we declare in a programming language, in a program, it occupies some memory location. Therefore, by assigning different type of data type to variables, we can store different type of values like integer, decimal, character. Fine. So different type of variables have different type of data type or type of data. So there are two types of data type available in Java, that is primitive type and non-primitive type. Primitive type is what? The data type which is already available or which is already given by Java. And non-primitive type of data type which we will generate of our own according to our requirement, which we will discuss later. So at first we will discuss primitive data type. Remember, primitive data type are the variable type which already given by the Java. So some of the data type it is given, that is byte, short, INT, long, float, double, boolean and char. So out of this data type in C++ already we have seen INT and float, double, character as well as long. Fine. So let's discuss them properly now. So what does this byte do? At first it is given here the primitive data type. The primitive data type means the inbuilt data type which is already given by the Java. We need to use them. Fine. So there are 8 types of primitive data type as it is given. I gave the name here by giving comma. So at first it is discussing here boolean. Let's start with boolean. Boolean is what? Boolean can store true, either or false. It means the data of boolean can be true as well as false. We can make either true or false. So boolean data type represent one bit of information, that is T or F, means true or false. There will be two possible values, that is true and false. Fine. Default value is false. If nothing you specify in the boolean, then the value become what? False. We have taken an example here, boolean 1 equal to true. It means the value I am assigning here as true. Fine. So let's go to Java editor and try this, the boolean data type. So this is your Java editor, which already I have given you the link before. So let's try. Let's declare a variable of boolean type, boolean, that is boolean. Suppose I am taking the variable as b. Fine. Now b equal to, I am making here true. So the value of b is what? Not true. Fine. So I can print it, system.out.println. I can make here value b, or I can write the value is, plus already I taught you in previous video, that is concat. It will join with the comment. The result will get joined with the comment. Fine. So let's compile and check how the result is printing. The value is true because I specified here true. Now suppose I will remove this and I want to know now what is the value of b. I didn't specify any value, so it means it should go with the default value. Default means the value which is assigned by Java. So here it is saying the default value is what? False. So let's check by compiling, by running the program. Let's check what is the default value. It is showing here false. Why? Because this is not initialized. So at first, always we should initialize the variable of a value. Fine. We have to initialize a variable with its own value. So either we have to declare in that same line by writing here false, or we can write in second line the b equal to false. Fine. So now writing, let's check. It is showing the value is false. The actual use of this boolean we will try later. At first you just know what is boolean data type. So boolean data type is a kind of data type which is of 1 bit information it can hold, that is true as well as can be either false. Fine. Let's go for next data type, that is byte data type. Here it is given that. So byte data type is of 8 bit, means 1 byte. 8 bit is 1 byte. It means byte data type is a kind of data type which can hold 1 byte of information. 1 byte of information means it can hold a value starting from -128 till 127. Fine. I am repeating, the minimum value it can hold up to starting from -1 to 8, that is -2 to the power 7. Fine. -2 to the power 7 and till 127 it can hold. Clear? Let's try. Now in editor, let's try the byte data type. As we know that byte is a kind of data type which is used to store information till 127 starting from -128. Fine. So it store up to 1 byte of information. So just to store the information, we can use the byte operation or byte data type. So byte, the variable I am taking here a, or byte I am taking the variable here roll number. Fine. ROLLNO, roll number. So now I am specifying here roll number equal to anything, like suppose in between 127, remember I am giving here 122. So here I can specify the comment as the roll number is fine. So the variable we took ROLLNO. So we can print simply. We should use the byte data type to store some values and to use them for printing purpose. Fine. So short amount of data, like the data has to be in between 127 starting from 128. Next type of data type is char. Char is a kind of data type which can hold only a single character, just like C++. And char data type occupies 2 bytes in memory. It occupies 2 bytes of memory, that is 16-bit or 2 byte we can say. And it can hold Unicode character. Unicode character stands for universal code character. Fine. here as example is given, char letter A equal to A. So any character I can store here, just like male or female. Suppose I want to assign, I can assign using char. So let's go to the editor and try. So here I'm declaring a variable character gender. Now I'm specifying the value as gender equal to F. Fine. Now I'm just giving a comment here that you are a, I'm writing here F. Fine. So it will print you are a female, you are a male. So that is what my motto of doing this program. So check. Simply it is printing. Okay, I forgot to give your semicolon, sorry. So just compile and check. Okay, so it is variable F, sorry, not variable F, it is gender, no, sorry. So it is gender, so gen we need to specify. Check, it is printing you are a F, it means you are a female. So I can specify any character here. Fine, suppose I am writing here male, capital M, no problem. Your, I can specify here also like your gender is gen in the sense M. Okay, let's try, let's check. Your gender is M. So to store any character, a single character, we can specify the char data type and a single character as the value. Suppose I am taking one more grade. Grade, we know na, the grade variable we can use here as grade also occupy only one character like A grade, B grade. Suppose the grade is B. So I can specify your grade is, here I can specify grade. Your grade is grade variable. So your grade is B, it's supposed to print. So let's check, your grade is B. Fine. So for keeping only a single character, we can use the variable type or data type, that is char variable. Let's continue. Now next one is sort data type. Sort data type also we can use for keeping the values up to 32,767. The maximum value is written 32,767, starting from minus 32,768. And sort is a data type which occupies 2 bytes in memory, that is 16-bit or 2 bytes. Fine. So we are using sort data type to hold values up to 32,000. It means this is the higher version of byte, because byte can hold only up to 127, and in case of sort you can keep the values up to 32,000 something, that is 32,767. Okay, so the variable how we can declare, how we can use it, go to the editor and check. So suppose you want to store the population of a like the number of students available in a college. So we can declare like this, sort the variable, suppose n, variable is n. Now I can specify here n equal to 31,000. So it means in a college there are 31,000 of students. So I can specify here the comment, the strength of science stream or strength of SJC is, I can specify here n. So just compiling, let's check. As we know that it will print up to 32,767. So fine, it is printing the strength of SJC. Okay, so we can specify any value up to 32,767 in a sort variable. Okay, so that is what about sort. Now the next data type we will check, that is INT, which already we learned in C++. INT is a data type which occupies 4 bytes, and the value is too big. You see, it is 2 to the power 31 minus 1, starting from minus 2 to the power 31. Fine. So that is so huge number of value we can store in INT. Not only that, we can do any kind of mathematical calculation also using INT data type. Let's go to editor and check. So we are declaring just like C++, how many calculation kind of program already we have done. So I took here three variables. Suppose A, I am declaring any number, B, I am declaring any number, random number I am just specifying, that C equal to A plus B, and I am printing here, suppose the sum is, I am printing here the sum is, so variable is C. Now let's check. As I told, any kind of calculation, any kind of like programming kind of things we can do with the integer. So it is showing the sum here. Fine. So integer mostly can be used when we need any kind of calculation, and the value of the integer should not go beyond this. Should not go beyond this the value. It's a huge number written. Fine. INT type of data type. Next data type is long. Long can hold more values than INT as well. Fine, INT as well. So this we can use, see the huge number of values we can keep here. In short, you can say 2 to the power 63 minus 1, starting from minus 2 to the power 63. Long can hold up to 8 bytes of values. Fine, 8 bytes of memory location it occupies. It is bigger range, it has bigger range than INT type of value. Okay, so for writing the long values, we can declare how the example is given here. We can write the keywords long like INT, then the variable name, then the value, and we have to write L with it. L means it will take it as a long variable. Let's go to the editor and try. So the variable, we can take it. Very rare we will use this kind of variable, you remember, only because of it is there I am just teaching you, because so huge value it will hold, never we required in our language, in our programming. Always we will go with integer mostly, INT mostly, but because of it is there I am just theoretically I am just giving it. Okay, let's write INT long A, sorry, long A. Now I am giving a value here, long A equal to any value, any long value I just gave, any bigger value I gave. Now the value I am writing here to printing, the value is A. Okay, so now let's print. Let's check how the result is coming. Is it giving? No, it is saying like integer number too large. So what we need to do during writing long value, we have to specify here L. We have to specify here L after the value. Now you compare. Check. See, the value is printing. So remember, when you are specifying any kind of long value, fine, any kind of long value, if you wish to give also a small value, that is 45, and you want to specify that 45 as long, so you have to write L to specify that it is long. Okay. Now the next type is float. So as we know, for decimal we have to use either float or we can use double. So when we are using float like C++, we can use it, as well as it will occupy up to 4 bytes of memory location, that is 32-bit. Fine. And when we specify any value of float, the example is given 0.0f. It means f should be attached with float, as well as for double, which is higher version of float, we can add d, small d we can attach with double type of data type, which will occupy up to 8 bytes. The double means the multiplied of float. Fine, the double of double, a float. So let's go to the editor and check float data type. So where we can use float data type? So storing your height, weight. Fine, whenever any decimal we need. Suppose I am declaring a float salary. So how much is salary? Now salary equal to, suppose say 45,000 point 50 paisa. So I can add here F. So here it will print. We can print salary is what? SAL, the variable we can use. So the F has to be written with float variable. See, it is printing here 45,000.5. Okay. So any kind of float value, decimal value we can specify like this. Suppose I am giving height, that is h. So we can write here h equal to height is suppose 4.5 inch. So I can write like this. So we can give one more print statement here, that height is h. Fine. So let's compile and check. After salary it will print, then height also it will provide to you, that is 4.5. Same way the float data type, as we saw, double also is there. Double can hold up to bigger value than float, that is 8 bytes of. So we can specify with D. Okay, so going to editor, I am trying here. So just simply I have to specify here double and I can give here D. Fine. Now compile and check. Okay, so the values are printing. So this kind of value we can use for salary, we can use for like wherever decimal we need. So for decimal and all we need double or float, either float or double we can use, but mostly we can go, if simple calculation is required we can go for float, if some major calculation is required we can go for double. Then previously we saw long data type. Long can hold up to huge amount of data type, that is 8 bytes of memory, which very rare or very uh, like frequently we won't require. Fine. Next is INT type of data type we discuss. INT is a kind of data type which we require mostly for any kind of calculation and all. It hold up to 4 bytes of memory location. Then just previous to INT there is a short data type, we can write short, short. Fine, it occupies up to 2 bytes of memory location. The value it can hold up to 32,767, and short data type we can use to store values, not to go for any kind of calculation and all, just to specify some values and to use it and to print it. Fine. Then character type of data type we saw, where we can store only a single character, that is M, F, true, T, F, false. Fine. So thereafter byte also we saw. Byte can hold up to 127 starting from 128 minus 128, that is. So it hold up to memory, it occupy up to 1 byte. So byte type of data type also, just like short data type, it is getting used to store some information, not for any kind of calculations. Remember students. Then Boolean data type we learn. Boolean can hold up to 1 bit of memory location and it can store true or false. You can store true in a Boolean variable or you can store false in a Boolean variable. So this is what we discuss data types in Java. As Java is a very uh, like broad language than C++, it supports 8 types of primitive data type, and all these primitive data type with the practical explanation we learn in this video. Hope all of you clear about the primitive data type which is supported by Java.